Here is me speedrunning to get banned on Red or Xiaohongshu, the CCP TikTok refugee app, and after 13 hours, I finished the challenge. I wasn't alone though. Other notable mentions include Mao LeBron, and we of course got the tank. And here is how it was done. Called Red or Xiaohongshu, which means Little Red Handbook in Chinese. This app where everybody apparently from TikTok is fleeing to, calling themselves the TikTok refugees. And let me see, because you never know, this could open up a possibility of, because right now this app, right, it doesn't have an American version. It's just the Chinese mainland version that Americans are using. So what that means is right now is a crucial moment. The Chinese people on there and the American people are able to connect with each other and discuss things, which gives me an idea. What if I post some of my short videos on there, and perhaps that can help the Chinese people see what exactly is going on in China? It could be a good chance for us to spread our CIA propaganda on there as well. We're going to post 3 videos, and we're going to see if, well, they work out. So we're going to write China's tofu drag construction # China. We're going to do some in Chinese as well. It's not letting me type in Chinese? Yeah, okay, so we got politics in Chinese. We got 中国政治, which means Chinese politics. Let's see if that works. Okay, we'll do 4 for now. Same thing, we're going to do this time. We're going to do a more recent video. So this one I just did 2 days ago, which is about a person that had gone missing in Myanmar, in Burma. So it's a pretty crazy story, but it's about Chinese passport failing again. So we're just going to call that the title as well. So, you know, it's the same thing we're doing for what we did on YouTube. But okay, so this one we're going to do Chinese, I don't know, hashtag 中国护照, which means Chinese passport in Chinese. We're going to do the name of the person, which is Wang Xing. Okay, so 3 of them, and we're going to publish again. As you can see, I got my little profile set up. I just put a random name on there. I think here, okay. So right now, what they're going through is they're actually being, I don't know if you see in the blue part. So they're being, how would you describe it? They're being reviewed in a sense, I believe, either by a machine or by a person to basically look into whether or not this content is fit for publishing. Okay, so because I read some reviews on the App Store, and it says that they got banned for questioning somebody, some journalists who were arrested. So we'll see if this one gets it through. Perfect. So one of them has already been published, and the 2 other are still under review. So we're just gonna wait a little bit, and we'll be back once things are settled. My initial thought was, since that they welcomed American users, or at least tried to pretend like it was a welcome, why not try to see how long the censorship will take me to post sensitive photos and videos before I'm banned? Now, the logic behind this is that the CCP is very afraid of outside information coming into China, hence why they built a censorship firewall in the first place. So naturally, an app that currently allows Americans to register is bound to face this problem. So we saw screenshots like this already. Why do you get both weekend days off and no overtime? Or how much does a construction worker in America make? Unionized workers make $1,200 a week, and that's converted to about 9,000 yuan a week. So that amount of money is insane for a Chinese person. And so if you keep having these cultural exchanges happen between an American and a Chinese, it's bound to be really bad for the Chinese government. And then I realized that I guess these are not critical enough for the CCP. I had to jack up the intensity. So I posted the photo of the tank man. Surprisingly, it actually went through the censor apparatus. I also did various searches for sensitive terms. What if we search things like Uyghurs? So if you search Uyghurs, this is what you get. You get like maybe 7 videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to 8 videos on Uyghurs. What if you search in English or in Chinese? So I search Uyghur in Chinese. So of course you see a bunch of these, which is just Uyghur, like the pretty girls and guys. Obviously you're not gonna see anything about the concentration camps. So let's say I go to this one about Uyghur girls, right? Let's post something like, the real Uyghurs are in concentration camps being silenced and persecuted. Okay, so I'm gonna send this. The real Uyghurs are in concentration camps being silenced and persecuted. Okay, pretty offensive to them, right? Now, what about another sensitive one, Falun Gong? Let's see. You cannot find anything here if you search Falun Gong. What about in Chinese? Of course, 1 video, and I don't know what this one is about. So you know how there's a Chinese copy pasta? So there's like a list of things that if you write, you'll get banned immediately. We're gonna see. What about June 4th? So if I search June 4th, you will actually see exactly nothing about June 4th, 1989, of course. What about 6四 So if I search June 4th and Tiananmen, I get nothing. So I'm just going to comment this on some stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to go into random videos and I'm just going to comment, okay? Let's see this one. I don't know who this is, but I'm just commenting June 4th, Tiananmen Square in Chinese. And then for this one, I'm going to do it in English. 1989. Okay, June 4th, 1989. And let's say on a video about food, this beef noodle shop, I'm just going to say Taiwan is not a part of China. Okay, Taiwan's not a part of China. And Pedro Pascal is on here for some reason. Let me say, Pedro, please don't bow to the CCP. Okay. All right. So we're going to end it here. I will check back in a day or so to see what happens. I then commented on various posts about things like Taiwan is not a part of China, CCP sucks, free Taiwan, free Tibet, Tiananmen Square, the Uyghur concentration camps. I did this in both English and Chinese, and it didn't work. I was not banned. Next, I tested Falun Gong photos, which is a very sensitive topic in China. It's censored all across China because since the persecution against Falun Gong in 1999, the group's existence has been deemed the utmost importance to be scrubbed from Chinese internet, fearing, of course, that the Chinese people would find out the reasons about the persecution. So I attempted 3 photos, and all 3 attempts failed the auto review process. Well, honestly, there's no surprise here, considering the CCP literally cannot stand information about Falun Gong being told to the Chinese people. And Red Note informed me that these are all illegal content. Well, what's illegal about a parade and a bunch of banners? Xiaohongshu is actually the most censored app in China with the heaviest amount of control. In fact, the creation of this apparatus might have influenced other apps as well. Here's a post about a green jade vase with a caption that would be sensitive and it was banned off of Red Note. I'll give you a few seconds to think about this. So as it turns out, because the man mentioned that this is a thin bottled vase, and in Chinese, the homonym to Xi Jinping's name, Xi Jinping, was the same as Xi, which means skinny, Jing, which means bottleneck, and Ping, which means the vase, that homonym got him banned. This is the level of censorship on Red Note. And so that's why when people say, oh, Xiaohongshu or Red Note is a place, a sanctuary from political content, no, sir or ma'am, it's not because of that. It's because they literally censored all of those political content. Now, with the influx of the English speakers, they're urgently hiring English censors to control, of course, all of the incoming anti-CCP messages me and others have been putting out. Now, at this point, I still wasn't banned yet, so I had to post one more Tiananmen Square related photo. And this one, of course, also features soldiers aiming their guns at students. And still I wasn't banned. So I was getting anxious at this point. I was kind of self-doubting. Am I not worthy of the title of an anti-CCP rebel? What if I'm not good enough? And all these doubts made me want to go to the extreme. I had to pull out my trump card. And mission was success. 13 hours after registering my account, I had successfully completed the challenge running to get banned on Red Note. However, I now invite all other speedrunners and viewers alike to try this challenge for yourself and try to refresh the record. I know some people have already beaten mine. They've been banned pretty fast. What I've noticed is that the experience of speedrunning varies depending on the account and actually depends on which spy or censor person is working on the clock. Christine Liu, for example, on X posted first an artist take on the tank photo. She was fine. And then she posted another photo which contained the Tibetan flag. She says here it's her favorite bag. And then her third photo, the movie Top Gun Maverick's jacket, which had a Taiwan flag on it. And she wasn't initially banned because of that, but later she received a permaban after her third post. Another account from Canada is also banned after posting just few pictures about Winnie the Pooh. What I've also noticed is that to get suspended from, which is temporary, you just need to post comments that are sensitive, right? But if you want to get banned, you actually need to post content, images, or videos that are really, really politically sensitive. Now, this isn't to say that the whole experience is like this. Some people have already posted on Reddit and other sites about how they just got banned for essentially posting non-political things or seemingly non-politically sensitive content. So much for this migration, right? People are already finding out that, well, the censorship is real here. So here's my criticism of this whole TikTok migration refugee thing. In this video, the woman complains about the US censoring their freedom of speech.
Everyone on this app has been so kind, unlike our government who wants to take away our freedom of speech. So, I will gladly stay here.
So the irony is that a comment in her post says, quote, friendly reminder, on Chinese social media platforms, please do not mention sensitive topics like politics, religion, and drugs. Please adhere to the One China policy and reject pornography, gambling, and drugs. It's okay because sooner or later these people would realize that they cannot even post about anything like the LGBTQ movement, elections, women's rights, without getting it reviewed and possibly denied from even posting. And more likely the case is what these people who went to Red Note seeking a place away from politics will soon find themselves actually banned because of things they commented or they did, which of course they think had nothing to do with politics. So they migrated to an actual platform run by the CCP that censors their free speech, harvests their data, and probably will weaponize all of that in their public opinion warfare because, of course, the CCP controls everything. This is not their American version of the app. This is the actual app that's used in China. Why? Because that's how the CCP works. Their standard of censorship is on the next level. You might think what you said wasn't political. That's your thinking, not theirs. So good luck living the experience of actual censorship. Maybe afterwards you will find that it was enjoyable for a day or two to get back at the US government, but afterwards, hey, the CCP actually censors things because, they are a dictatorship, a totalitarian government. And of course, they won't let this last long either. Clubhouse, remember, there was another social media app once that allowed Chinese users to interact with a room full of other Chinese people, with Uyghurs, Tibetans, people who, lived outside of China, Hong Kongers. And then the second day, it was banned in China because they are afraid that information is going to get exchanged and that people in China are going to listen to those outside of China and actually destabilize the government. Just like Chinese EVs, phones, and everything else. It might look cool for a short period of time, but after prolonged use, you'll find that they have nothing in the core values or in the core system that makes them good, but in fact, they're just these short-term hypes. And with the combination of censorship, the denial of freedom, you're going to eventually find that it's not all rainbows and sunshines. So what's really the outcome? Well, I personally think that the CCP will likely ban US users from the Chinese app, or that they're going to make a new version, which is like TikTok to Douyin, that will be launched in US app stores, which of course will be banned just like TikTok did, because the bill actually says any of the foreign adversary controlled apps. So there's no way that they're going to allow a floodgate of information outside of China to be exchanged with the people inside China, Americans and Chinese people. That's a color revolution in the making in their eyes. So they're probably just going to censor everything. All right, that's it today for the episode of me speedrunning to get banned on Red Note, the new TikTok refugee app. If you enjoy the content, leave a like, comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, bye-bye.